Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. Today's video I'm going to show you what I picked up yesterday, but as a little bit different. Rather than online, these I was able to pick up at an auction. So I've got a stack of books, not a whole lot, but a few, and these came from an auction, a physical auction that I went to yesterday. So if you want to see what I've got, come on back after the short video intro. Alright, welcome once again to my latest haul video. Comic Sniper here along with Mark III, my sidekick Flying Iron Man. We gave him a new lease and put some fresh batteries in him, so he's a lot brighter than before. He was starting to dim there. An auction that I was attended yesterday, so pretty fun. I don't attend. I haven't been able to attend a lot of auctions, maybe one or two in the past. They don't come around that often in my area, but when they do, try to attend them, and try not to spend a ton of money. But anyways, we'll get to the books right away, and then as we go, I'll kind of share with you some stories of what my experiences with the auctions. Okay, so I was able to pick up 4 lots altogether. This first lot is a set. The Infinity Gauntlet number 6, of course, being that Avengers Infinity War is so popular, made sense to pick this up. So I got the full run, number 5. This is really high grade too. I was able to inspect this. This is number 4. I was able to inspect this the day before. You were able to come join and take a look at the auction, see the quality. Yeah, you could inspect the books as well. They would take it out for you, and the ones that was in the showcase. But there was also boxes and boxes of loose comics as well in long boxes. This is number 3, and number 2 I was able to pick up. Like I said, all nice, super nice, high grade, and even number 1. Okay, so not newsstand edition. These are direct edition, but still very very good. Able to inspect it on Friday. There was books, sets like this, or individual keys, that kind of stuff in the showcases, as well as long boxes after long boxes of comic books, magazines, that kind of stuff. It wasn't a ton of what you would call grails or super valuable keys. There wasn't any golden age or a lot of silver age either. There was only a few, and most of the boxes themselves consisted of 70s, 80s, 90s, anywhere DC's, Marvel's, Independents, and one of the things that was people there, I ended up talking to a lot of people and just kind of sharing stories and kind of talking about what we're finding. A lot of them, if not all of them, had only bags and no boards in them, and there was a lot of long boxes that was just crammed with comic books that wasn't even in any bags, so they were just loose. So it was very tough to sort through them. You had to pull out a whole handful of comics right from the front, and then so you could actually go through them. And the ones that just had the bags, I mean, of course, the ones in the showcase had bags and boards. I think they already took them out. They sorted through them. But the ones that was just in the boxes, the bags were so old, they were really stuck together. I mean, they were like front to back stuck together, so it was very hard to flip through them without trying to bend the books too badly, so you can see what's inside them. And that was the frustration that a lot of us were having, was they were having a hard time actually getting to see what's actually inside the boxes. But yeah, anyways, we couldn't figure out what system these people had, because you can tell it wasn't like just thrown in sorted wise, by the organizers and the auction people. It was literally it has not seen the light of day for a very, very long time. Right? So anyways, this is the first lot that I was able to pick up. Let's go on to the next lot. This one was just 3 books. Wonder Woman number 90. I didn't pay a lot for this. I went into, especially after the Friday after the viewing, 63 Wonder Woman. I always try to go into these things with a cap of what I want to spend, and then the last one in this lot is number 72. But as you know, most of the time, you go in, and just like this time, I spent more than I wanted to spend as a budget. Of course, I'm actually proud of myself in the fact that I didn't overspend way more than my budget. There has been times that I've attended auctions, live auctions, as well as auctions online, and I said I would only spend this much, and that's gone out the window. Right? People just get caught up in the excitement, and in the fast-paced auctioneering that goes on, that the prices just start to skyrocket for some of these books that you could pick up on eBay or on Instagram or whatever, and just for maybe half the price, not even, right? I mean, the valuation sometimes is just crazy, and people just get caught up. Okay, so that's the second lot. I only picked up 4 lots. The third lot had 5 books in it. This is not one of the main ones that I picked this up for, but this is Hulk 228. I also picked up the 2001 Space Odyssey number 8. Again, pretty good copy, not huge keys, just some stuff to fill my collection. Iron Man 128, of course, this is the Demon in Bottle alcoholism issue, famous one. Really good grade too. And this is a What If Jane Foster had wielded Mjolnir. So that was a good one, I thought. And also the last one in this slot is Strange Tales 169. This one's a little bit beat up. It's got some issues on the spine as well as on the on top of bottom corners. First Brother Voodoo. Going back to the auction, one of the things that I had a problem with the auction, or was disappointed with, was, let's say in these lots, what they would do is, since they weren't really the auctioneers, you can't really blame them. They're there to do their job, but since they don't really understand our hobby, they would start to lump up lots together, which means lot number 52, 53, 54, 55, they would just lump them all together. Now the valuation of each book, they weren't connected at all. They were just kind of, there was some books that was maybe worth $200 currently, and then some that was only like $30 or $40 with it. So, and what they would do is you would bid. Let's say there's 5 lots, and some of them would be higher than others. The highest bid would get to pick the lot that he would get. So let's say the bidding did go to $200. So, well, of course the person usually bidding knows the valuation of the books they want to go for, so they'll pick that book out. And then you can pay $200 for each lot, or just the one you want. That makes sense, right? Whatever lots were left, whether there be 2, 3, or 4 lots left, they would go, okay, the next winning bid would have to take all the lots at that price, which means, let's say if it was $100 and there's 3 lots left, you'd have to pay $100 per each. You're committed to buy all 3 lots at $100 each. But now you're committed to pay $300, this is where it kind of got a little sketchy. And a lot of us were starting to scratch our head. He didn't give us, he wasn't announcing it and giving us enough time to actually change and react to it. And next thing you know, the auctioneer was going at it, and we're like, what's going on? Right? Because things all of a sudden were out of sequence to what we were looking at. So by that time, few lots kind of went away, and then it happens, right? So and I can just imagine what the people were online that was bidding online what they were going through, because they can't hear the auctioneer, right? If you're online, you just see the lots, and they would put some notes on the screen. But if things start to happen right away, you're with the excitement that's going on, the bidding, trying to figure out what you want to pay for each lot, and then there's several lots on there, and it's like, what the heck, right? So things got confusing really fast in a lot of different things. Anyways, so that was one of the other things that was very frustrating. So that was this lot. That was the third lot that I got, and then the last lot I got was very special to me, especially as a little kid. Check this out. This is Marvel Comic Super Special #1. Of course, this is the Kiss issue with the printed Kiss blood in the ink. Isn't that awesome? I remember seeing this book to a friend of mine and flipping through it, how they had the members of the Kiss band. They were drawing the blood from them in the ink that they used for this book. It was awesome. It was just like blew us away. And of course, this also has the poster inside, and seeing the band members, in the concert pictures, fantastic, as well as the story inside. It was really, as a kid, just loved it. But I couldn't own this myself, but I was lucky enough to have a friend who did, and we kind of went through it together. I admired it, like I said, just from afar. So I always wanted this. It was kind of held a special place for me. And then, of course, I never got to see them in real life. I mean, they're hardworking band, great concept, and of course, they're not super talented, but they knew how to write songs that people wanted to hear, and of course, you could gimmick what you want, right? But hey, it got people in. They were very smart in how they wanted to promote things, so really cool. And of course, I don't know if you guys remember the Kiss movie that happened I think it was in the late 70s, early 80s maybe. I can't remember exactly, but as a kid growing up, man, that was just fantastic. I know the special effects wasn't anything to write home about, but back in those days, man, that was genius. Very, very fond memories of this band, and this book, and of course even that movie. So that's why I had to pick this up. I mean, this is not super high grade. It's probably a mid to high grade at maximum, but it is complete, and this is strictly for my personal collection. So super happy to have this. So anyways, back to the auction. The online bidders, there's some of them that were out of town. I mean, I'm in Canada, and there was US bidders and they were bidding on the boxes, and I don't know how, why they would be bidding on the boxes, because how do you know what's in the boxes? So how do you, if you've never seen it, how do you put a valuation on it? Because the guys that was there, even the dealers, was having a hard time, competing, because of it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like super key runs, or to have runs at all in them. There wasn't like, let's say, you could go through and find the full run of, let's say, New Mutants, right? That kind of thing. They would bundle up the boxes in lots and auction it that way. So if they would go, let's say, 10 boxes, and they would go, and the highest bid, let's say, was $200. Well, you could pick whichever boxes you want, the lot numbers, at per price, let's say $200 per box. And then what they would end up doing is, let's say there was, out of the 10 lots, 5 was left. Well, they would do the same thing and go, okay, well, these 5 lots, highest bidder has to take them all at that price. So if they bid, if the highest price was $100, it wasn't $100 for the whole 5. It was $100 each. So you were committed to paying $500 for the 5 lots that was left. For those of us who are just collectors, we're not big dealers, or we don't have comic book shops, or we don't go to shows to sell our books. I don't want to come home with 5 boxes or 10 boxes, or books that I'm not prepared to try to sell off, right? So even though I might have wanted to pick 1 or 2 boxes, of the $50 boxes to take home, I wasn't prepared to take home, 7 boxes of them. I stuck relatively to my budget, so I'm okay with that. These don't come around that often, so it's kind of a, it's not that big of a deal that I spend that much for some of these books. So especially since they're not really for flipping, they're more, this set is mostly for my collection. So this is my video. Thank you very much for joining me and sharing this time, allowing me to show you what I picked up at the auction. And I'm also going to give a special shout outs again, as usual, to my later subscribers. Thank you very much for doing so. And if you want your name on future videos, please go ahead and subscribe. That's all I ask. And then keep a lookout on future videos for your name. All right, and then make sure you hit the like button, hit that notification bell. That's all the good stuff. And of course, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Tell me which books you like, what maybe you've had some experiences with auctions, what your childhood memories are of this book and others that I've shown here. Let me know what you think. Always love to hear from you guys and discuss different topics. So yeah, let me know if you guys have been to different auctions and online or in real life. Tell me what your experiences are, good or bad. So with that, while you guys are out there, buying your favorite comics at auctions online, whether it be online or in real life or whatnot, make sure you enjoy the hunt. All right, comic sniper here, along with Mark 3. We're signing off. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.